welcome to Hattie's Hierophant. I am your tarot reader and I hope you are doing well, my beloved. This is your general reading for March 2021, for April 2021. March will not leave me. I don't know why. What is going on? Anywho, if this is your first time here, I hope you consider subscribing. We have fun here. I don't take myself too seriously, but what I do take seriously is getting you to your higher good. So I hope that you consider subscribing. If you are returning, my Leo, thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Okay, the center of your reading, my dear, is that of the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is it's very spiritual. The number 7 itself is very spiritual. So I feel like you're going through this, this is going to be a transformative month for you on how you show people who you are, right? Leo is very similar to that of Aries as far as self, but you do it in a different way. Your self involves, I got to take care of me so I can be able to take care of all of you. That's more of what self is in regard to Leo. Leo, you are going to have a month of just, you know what I see when I first started meditating on your cards? I see that hustler at a card table that you see on the street, and he has the P like under the cup, and you win $5. You win $10. Now he ups it and he's like, you know what? If you can find the P, you win $100. So you're like, I'm feeling lucky. I'm doing good. Here's my 100. Thank you. I will take your $100 because they tricked you. So I feel like it's going to be some times like that. And Leo, I also want to make sure that it's not you who is in that energy where you're trying to be a trickster and where you're trying to fool people into believing and seeing something that's not really there. And be aware, the particular energies that we are in astrologically, it is going to feel that way towards the beginning of April, right? For the first couple of weeks of April. So with this being said, no matter which character you are in that story, be aware. I expanded on the Seven of Cups and I got that of the Five of Spades. And the Five of Spades is about having a difficult opponent, possible difficulties ahead. And to me, for example, right, you didn't have $100 to spend. You know, I'm going back to the scenario I used at the beginning of this reading here. You didn't have $100 to spend, but you wanted to make $100 and you thought, wow, this will be cool because, you know, this is easy, right? It seemed easy. That's what made it a difficult opponent, because they were tricking you into believing that you could win, that you could double your money so easily. So really be on the lookout for that. I do feel like that there's going to be little tricksters in your midst. Like they're going to allow you to win at some things. They're going to allow you to make some money here. And sometimes it's not necessarily a person. Sometimes it's a company. So for example, perhaps, you know, you put a few $100s in stocks and you were able to double the money. So you're like, you know what, all in, let me write it out. You don't check your stocks for a few days and all of a sudden you're down to $50, you know? I'm feeling like that's the scenario that could be for you all as well. Now, let's go into your moon energy. This is where your emotions are. This is where spirit does some work on the shadow side of you. And I have that of the Five of Wands, the Lover's energy, which also represents that of Gemini, and another a Five of Swords. And speaking of this energy, which is also another 5, right? That is, 5s are challenges, but it requires you to change. And that's how come it's uncomfortable. So you are going to go through some uncomfortable change, but if you work out it all, right, in order for that muscle to grow, it is going to involve it be a little sore until you kind of roll it out and rub it out. And then the benefits is that you're more muscular, you're stronger, and that's what's happening here for you. So I see here the Five of Wands, there's going to be some competition. I also feel like, you know, again, at the beginning of your reading, when I started meditating, and I pull an angel card for you just to kind of give me an idea of where Spirit's going to lead me, and the card that I pulled for you was respect. And I feel like that there is going to be some disrespect for the month of April for you. And I also want to make sure that during this time that you feel like you're disrespected is that you also show people what respect looks like, right? There's also going to be some repetition that's going to be required of you for April, Leo. Checks and balances I'm hearing. So make sure that you check every detail. I feel like you have a lot going on. You obviously do with the Seven of Cups. I feel like you have a lot of pots on the kettle, so to speak. Some things are going to boil over if you just only pay attention to one. You got to keep your eye on them all. So I think that's going to be really important. The reason why I said repetition is because that's what this also means too. Practice makes better. So I'm feeling like that's going to be a learning experience for you in April. When I expanded on this, I got that of the Fool. And it's so interesting. Spirit is really given us all this energy of freedom and feeling authentic to ourselves, because this card is coming up in practically every reading, to the point where I'm like, okay, are you following me? Are you trying to give me your personal message, or is this for the collective? Because you're killing me right now, right? But this is also a very Mercury-like energy as well, right? As far as communication, I feel like communication is going to be very important. I just keep hearing speak respectively, right? Speak with respect, Leo. And you know what? Because that's how you're going to show respect. If you feel like you're in a situation where you're not being respected, if you show them by your actions, Leo, very important to stay calm, cool, and collected. Do not be that lion or lioness that's just ready to pounce or ready to roar because you are the king of the jungle, right? Show that softer side of you that makes people want to approach you. That's where your strength lies, is that you can go off, you can pop off, but you don't have to. Now with this Lover's energy here, again, this is Gemini energy, and Gemini is the great communicator. And also Geminis are very lucky, so I am feeling like there's some luck that's really going to happen for you for the month of April. And I'm feeling like that this luck, right? That's what it is. That's how come I kept getting that vision of, playing that card game on the street with the pea under the cup, right? You're going to get some lucky strokes. You're going to get some luck that's going to come your way, and it's going to seem like, right, that luck is on your side. So you keep riding that train. So the thing about communication and being about, the thing about being the great communicator is being a great listener. That's part of being a good communicator, not just talking, but listening actively. Now, when I expanded on this, I also got that of the Six of Clubs. Now, when I put this together, it transitions into relationships. So make sure that during our relationships, right, if you have a relationship and you have an argument or a disagreement, right, it doesn't have to be the ending of everything. Sometimes it's okay that you do not agree on something, right? As a matter of fact, sometimes having an argument with a loved one gives you better perspective, gives you more understanding. So I am seeing this in all relationships, whether they're intimate, work related, or even family related. There is going to be a tower moment that's going to transition you, really, Leo. This is just really a growing opportunity to show people how strong you really are on the mental side of things. And here we are with the Five of Swords. Swords represents that of our mentality, our intellect, right? When I expanded on this, I also got that of the Ten of Diamonds. And the Ten of Diamonds represents choosing between security or money. And because I'm really focusing on the top portion here, and that's all about security, Leo, money doesn't necessarily bring security. And I feel like that you think it will. If you just had more money, right, then life would just be better. I think you need to look at it from a different perspective. And with this transformation that you're going through with the Fool and with the Tower, you are entering into a new season, so to speak. That's exactly it. You're entering into a new season. And quite literally, a lot of us are entering into spring, and spring is where you start to see the fruits of your labor. And that's where the growth happens, is when that plant starts to burst out of that seed. If you think of yourself as that seed, the bursting into a plant is a 5 energy. It's uncomfortable, doesn't feel good, but in order to grow, you have to burst out of being so safe and cozy. So I do feel like that this transition is going to really develop you into that person that you really strive to be. When we go into your sun energy, let's see how this work in spirit and in moon, how this is going to translate in your sun. And this is where we see you, and you have that of the Two of Swords, some indecisiveness there. Another full energy for it to be in your moon and in your sun. I can definitely see there's going to be a new start here. And then the Seven of Wands. So we are on the defense. Listen, with this Two of Swords, you have to make a decision. Exactly. So again, going back to the beginning of your reading here, right? This difficult opponent, the trickster. You don't have all the information, Leo. So don't make a decision based on you not having all the information. Let's go back to the beginning of the scenario. Before you even started playing the card game, before you even started playing the game of the pea under the cup, okay, I'm getting my story straight. Before you even started, you should have sat there and looked and see exactly what's the game here, right? See if, there's some plants in there. Maybe it's a team that's going in there and winner. Oh, he just won $100, folks. He just won $100, and then they leave. And little do we know, they do this at every street corner like a team, so it looks like that all people do is win money, right? So I feel like you need to get all your information before you actually double down on anything that you say, on anything that you do, and any decisions that you make. I feel like April is not a good month for you to make life-changing decisions. I don't feel like that you're going to get true answers and true information until May, June. Yeah, some of you are going to get it towards the end of April, May, June, right? So I'm not saying don't make any decisions, but those really important ones to where you have to enter them right away. Get as much information as you can from as many sources as you can. That's what I'm getting. That's what this is, from as many sources as you can. So here we are with the Fool. Again, this is more about getting more information. Like, yes, this is a new start. And yes, it's going to ring more passionately to you as far as getting you to that next level and getting you to that next cycle. However, there's always a caution here of don't be foolish. Don't be foolish enough to fall for the okie doke. Don't be fool enough that to believe that all that glitters is gold. Do your research. Be smart about it. And don't get so caught up in the clouds of status, right? That's what I'm hearing. And that's what I'm getting from the Seven of Swords. It's another seven, more spiritual energy here, right? If you get caught in the status of it all, Leo, you're going to find yourself having to defend who you think you are. Right? And again, it's going back to that respect. And I keep looking at this, the angel card that I pulled for you. It keeps going back to that. Keep yourself humble. And I don't care how big people pump you up, or how well things are going, or how far you feel you have come. Keep yourself humble so we don't have to be here and defending who you are and why you do it. Be the king of the jungle. This is the expansion on the Fool energy. The king of clubs. Abracadabra. As I say, so it shall be. Transformative month for you. You have several major arcanas. There's some readings that I've done where they only had one major arcana for the whole reading. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is happening? Let's see how this is all going to translate into your immediate present if we decide to stay with this energy. And you have that of the Three of Cups. I love this. I love threes. Threes are very energetic. It's very celebratory, as we can see here. And I feel like, that when we have that third person or that third thing, it kind of breaks the tie, right? And I feel like that's really important for you, Leo, right? I feel like it brings you comfort when things are in threes. So keep that in mind too. I feel like that's an important message to get across. Nonetheless, I see that there's a celebration for you. I feel like you're really going to make some good decisions this month. And I feel like this reading helped you. I feel like this reading is going to help you have some discernment. And it's going to help you in the realm of respect. Last but not least, the most respected energy in the deck is that of the Emperor. And typically this energy represents that of Aries. Again, it's another I am energy. And I am is a very spiritual proclamation as well. So I feel like that you are going towards your authentic self, but not your authentic self, but towards that king, that queen that you strive to be, so you can sit on that throne. And the great thing about this emperor, the energy that he represents, is being able to control the times where he's frustrated and angry and feel defeated and still remain calm, cool, and collected. This represents Aries, and Aries represents, war, really. But to sit there so calm and not really realize that that's what this energy represents, that takes courage. It takes strength. And that represents who you are, Leo. Listen, I hope that resonated with you. I absolutely love that energy. Made me feel super grounded. I hope to see you next month, and I absolutely adore you.